Okay, here's a quick little video on how to create custom units and buildings. This is the default installation of the RTS engine, the template. You have to have a capital building for each faction, but these are just like placeholders. These are spawned from the prefabs, the capital prefab. So if you create changes to this right here, when you load up the game, it loads the prefab, which is right here, the capital prefab. So if you want changes to be made to your building, you have to make them out of the prefabs here. So if you wanted to have a different capital for each unit, for each faction, you could just pull up here the capital and say faction 2 capital and make any changes that you wanted. You know, you could, I don't know, add different, they create villagers, so you can add different villagers, different, you know, options, whatever it is. And you would drag this down here to create a new building. And this would be only used for faction 2. You would go up here to capital 2 and somewhere, I bet you it's up here in the managers. Resource manager, game manager. Right here, it tells you which capital you would create this up here, and then you would just drag the capital to the faction 2 capital over here. All right, we're not going to fool with that, though. All right, so we delete our faction 2. All right, so units. Units can be created the same way. We go up to resources, prefabs. Let's create our villager right here. We'll copy a villager. Where is he? He's right here. We're going to make him different. We're going to make his head big. So now he's got a big head. We're going to call him a big head villager. Big villager. And we're going to drag him back down into prefabs. So now I have a villager and I have a big villager. Since the villager, the big villager is instanced from the villager, they're identical as far as their settings. So let's make the big villager tougher, 80, and twice as fast. And we're going to add the APC component to him so that he can carry the villager on his back. Now, something here that the task categories. Apparently, if there'll be level 0 will be the top row of tasks, level category 1 is the second, and 2 is the third. If there's no more room, it doesn't just automatically scroll down to the next one. So let's put this on task 2, and the icon, we're going to use the gift since that's looks different, and 2 for the category, eject all units, icon, gift. All right, so now I've got a villager and a big villager that are 2 different units. How do I create them? I go back to the buildings. The buildings create units. Prefabs. Let's go to the capital, and we go down to the tasks. I've already added this. All right. Okay, so on element 3, well, here, let me delete this. 4. 5. So I add a task. It copies the previous task. Task 3 was to create a converter. Task 4, let's create a big head. Okay, it's going to create a unit. Again, the categories, if I put them down to the bottom, they'll always show up. And our icon is going to be the gift. And what unit do we want? We don't want the converter, we want the big head unit. There he is. Okay, so now, let's see, if we're going to create the villager, let's create a building. Resources, prefabs. Let's copy the house up here. Let's make it a big fat house. And where is that? And we're going to call it big house. And we're going to drag it right down here. Okay, so now we got a house and we got a big house. The big house, we have to rename it. And where's our task panel category? Again, 2, I want it at the bottom. And so I could give it different tasks here to create my big head unit. 1, create unit, gift, select prefab, okay, buildings. Now I have to save this back down here to save the changes. Now let's see, we should, oh, I got it in the game buildings manager, I have to add my building, so 7. Okay, now I should be able to create the units and create the building. Let's see. There's my create a big head unit, create my villager. Let's go to guide mode to create the villager.
Hello.
Get over there in the light. Create my big head unit.
Hello.
Now look, if I select them both, he runs so much faster. I can select this guy here, and he's going to call my villager to get in there. I can eject the villager, or I can eject, well, I guess I can't. Okay, so now, let's have my villager. See, here's the house, the normal house. And I also have the big house. When I click on the big house, it creates well, apparently it doesn't create that, so I must have done something wrong, but close enough. I don't know what I missed. Anyways, there you go. There's custom units. You can create all you want, custom buildings.